So we have the front and we have, well, we have the back and we have the front, or front and back, whichever one you want to call them. And the next step, once we get that done, is to stay stitch the long edges of the side. So this piece right here, we're just going to stitch all the way down both long sides, as shown in this example. I am going to go up to a 3.0. That's been done. I'm going to go back to 2.5 just in case, and we will read. Alright, so now we need to pin, or I will clip. I don't like to use pins on this step because I hurt myself every time. So I'm going to use my clips and I will show you what we're doing. Here's the side. And one of these pieces right here, fold the strap down like so, and then take this side piece. So we want to take this and attach right along this edge like this. Wow. Just like that. Okay. Perfect. Okay, so there's that, which will get stitched and will look like this. And then the second piece, same thing. I will stitch after I get it clipped to the front. Just make sure you keep your handles out of the way. You don't want to have those get stitched into the side. Okay. And I find if I just put them down into the bag, then that works just fine. Alright. Now I believe it says go ahead and stitch. I don't know why it wouldn't unless it wants us to baste, in which case I'm not. Stop stitching right at the top. There will be a mark right at the very top. Okay, so pin the side section to the sides and the lower edges of the front and back, clipping the side where necessary, and that would be right around these outer edges. Stitch between the small circles, trim, turn out to the right side and press. Okay. So there is no basting, thank goodness. Now, my plan is if I get one teeny little issue with Brother Louie, I'll stop what I'm doing and I'm going to put George on this table forever, and I'm going to put Brother Louie on this table forever. We'll see how it goes, and that's not just in relation to what I'm about to do here. If it happens at all during the, while I'm working on this project, that will be the result. I will end up just doing that. Okay, so the mark that I'm going to need to use is about where my fingers are. So it's about right there, a good inch down below the top. So just start there. I can see it right there. That's where you want to start your stitching. I'm at 2.5. Now, if I were sewing on the Bernina, this is where I would back up. I would do a reverse stitch. But there is no such thing, to my knowledge, as a reverse stitch on this sewing machine, other than the built-in little 3 backup stitches that it chooses to do. I don't see a backup arrow here. Like I was thinking maybe stitch 2 is reverse. No, it's not. Okay. So, yeah, I'm just going to keep going. The switch has been made. George is ready to go, I believe. I'm going to remove this because I want to see how much bobbin thread I have. A full bobbin, that's good to know. George will sew without bobbin thread, without skipping a bead. I mean, obviously you don't want to do that. You have to go back and fix that. But I don't have to worry that the last, 12 yards of thread are going to be wasted, which I find that to be just a huge improvement. Now, I feel like in a way I'm comparing, apples and grapes. And yes, I said that on purpose. It's not really apples and oranges. It's definitely apples and grapes. Because this sewing machine was, in its day, kind of a top of the line. And the brother is not top of the line brother. So I kind of don't feel like I'm giving it a fair assessment. But I am going to continue stitching and see if, let's go 2.5, needle down, straight stitch. All right, here we go. Right now I need to make sure I don't have any pinched. I don't. Right. Flip this. I have not clipped curves, so I don't think I need to on this one. If I find I do, I will. But at the moment, everything appears to be just beautiful. I will give it kind of a quick steam with the iron to help everything lie in its proper place. I am quite happy with, let me push this back so you can see what I've got so far. Keeping in mind, of course, it has not been steamed. Okay, so this is the front that does not have a pocket right here. Got that on there. And then we have the pocket right here. This is the side. This is the bottom. It's like a gusset almost. And this is the other side. Alright, I'm going to press it and I'll return. Everything has been stitched. There were a couple of spots along the bottom edge that I missed, so I went back and caught those. I pressed out the side with the iron, and now it is time to do the lining pocket, I believe. Put the wrong sides together. No, this is the old one. I need the new one. Here it is. Okay. Is this it? Yeah. Okay. Yes. So now we're going to move on to step 14, which is to create the pocket for the lining. And that is right. I keep dropping things on the floor. I'm honest to goodness having one of those days, y'all. Okay, so piece number 18 for the large. So what we need to do is stitch 2 inside pocket sections together, leaving an opening on the lower edge. Now it does not say right sides together, it just simply says step 15, turn right side out. So you have to know at step 14 that you are going to be doing this right sides together. So let me remove all the pins. And if you recall, I stated I'm only doing one, but the steps would be identical if you were putting an inside pocket on both sides. Alright. So I'm going to put this down on the bottom and this like this. And we stitch all the way around, leaving an opening. Let me grab my friction pin that fell on the floor. Okay. Now, let me put this up here. I'm tired of picking it up to help me pick up stuff that keeps falling on the floor. It's just getting utterly ridiculous. Alright. So of course we would stitch all the way across the top, all the way down. You can't see what I'm doing, so let me pretend like I didn't say any of that. Alright, obviously I need to press this and this, but they are now right sides together. Okay, so we're going to stitch all the way across the top and around, and we're going to stop right there. And we're going to move over here, and we're going to stitch all the way around up to the top again. So it's basically start here and stitch, 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 stop. And this is an opening through which we will turn the pocket right side out. Okay, but I'm going to press it out real quick first. Alright, so trim off these threads, and then through the opening right here, just turn this pocket right side out. So next we're going to top stitch probably twice right across this top edge. Just a nice little top stitch. So you know when you're in your bag and you're trying to get into the pocket, it's nice to have a really sturdy top. It's not going to fold under the weight of your hand. All right. Now, we will be taking one, in my case, of the inner lining pieces. Possibly, I think the one with the heavier product on it. So this is the pattern piece with the pocket outline, and I'm going to just push it up, get it lined up underneath, and there we go. It needs to come over this way to the left just a little bit. Alright, and then I'll pin it into place and we'll stitch it. If I can find, there it is. Our edge is what is going to close up that opening that we left when we turned the pocket right side out. So we don't have to stitch it shut and then do that stitch. It's kind of an all-in-one stitch. Okay, I'm at the top of this other side, so I'm going to go backwards, forwards, backwards, forwards. And I'm pretty confident now that my pocket won't come undone up here on these little corners. Okay, so that pocket has been attached. Now the next step, I believe, is we will need to basically make our lining just like we did with the bag. I'm gonna hang this bag up somewhere so I'm not tripping on it. How about right there? Okay, so this is the side, this is the other piece. I don't need these anymore. I'll get around to putting that away in a minute. Alright, so, now we do, we've done the two pockets, but we're only doing one. So turn in the seam allowance on the ends and lower edge of each top. Okay, so here we have this one and this one. So we're going to turn in our seam allowance right along the end and lower edge. We'll just choose a lower edge of each top piece and press that. So I will go take care of that, and I'm going to have these go like this. Okay. And then we're supposed to work on the zipper, but we've already done that. So let me go take care of this. These have been treated the way the step 17 suggested, with the two short ends pressed and the one long edge pressed. And we are supposed to work on the zipper. We have done that. We've whip stitched across this part. We're supposed to have this part whip stitched together, but I've got my little tab on it, so I think we're good. This is the way that I will do the zipper. And this is the double-sided double stick tape. Okay? So I'm going to cut a piece of this. I think I've been able to tear it. There we go. Alright, now what we want to do is the right side of the zipper. So the right side of the zipper is going to go on the right side of the unfolded and pressed edge of the top. So I'm going to take this piece of tape and lay it right along that edge, sticky side down. Okay, and then pull the backing off. And we have the right side of our zipper like so. And we're going to lay it down right on top of that sticky tape and press it with our finger like that. Now this probably just looks so weird and random to anyone who has not done this type of zipper installation before. But just try to remember or even write down the steps. So we want the rest of the zipper down facing me. So it's not up here, it's down here. Right? So when I stitch this down, I will be folding it this way after it's been stitched, and this creates a little fold, and then this part that we've already done will sandwich this just like so. But first things first, we have to stitch it down, which means I have to get my zipper foot out of my Bernina box. And it's this one right here, number 4. Okay. I also have to remember to move my needle whichever direction I need to move it to stitch this seam right here. I'm drinking rose tea today. All right. So the easiest way for me to do this, I'm going to unzip the zipper to about there and put my presser foot down. I want a straight stitch. I want everything the way it is right now. And I'm going to hand run the wheel down to make sure I'm missing the teeth on the zipper, which I am. Alright, now I'm going to stitch it down. Okay, and when I get close to this, I'm just going to pull the zipper. If I have to lift up the presser foot, I can. Just don't take the needle out of the fabric. And then just zip it back, and now I can continue. I'm not going to stitch on the little tab that I made, but I am going to back it up and come forward just for strength. Okay, now, oh, okay. I'll just tie this in a knot. Okay. And now we can just fold this down. You want to kind of pull like so. Alright, and that's this side of the zipper taken care of right here. We have to do the exact same thing to the other side. And sometimes that can be confusing, but all you have to remember is right sides together. Put it right on top of this, right sides together. And I want to line these up just like so. And that's where this double-sided tape comes in so handy. Okay, and I'm going to pull the zipper down a little just to preserve my sewing needle. And this one can be a little tricky because you can't see the zipper, but you can feel it. If you want to, you can flip this over and stitch it from this end, which works just as well either way. And I'm going to hand, okay, there we go. I'm going to pull the zipper back the other way. There we go. Okay. All right. Okay, so this is the zipper. We do not need to remove the tape. It'll be fine. I do want to clip out all of these extra threads that I have. They're getting on my nerves. Okay, and then if you want to stitch super close to the zipper, sometimes that can cause the zipper to not function like it should. So if you feel like you might have done that, you know what I mean, like you really stitched real tight to the teeth and your fabric looks like this, it may actually get caught in the teeth when you're using the zipper. So just be aware of that if you're using a big zipper like this one. So here we have it, our cute little tabs. That's the way that looks. Okay, so next we will be attaching the underside of the fabric to the other side of the zipper. And again, I will be taping and moving the zipper, making sure that that is all done correctly, because in the end we are supposed to have this, not this, but this. Some more tape. So there's this side. Now I will complete it by doing this side. We are going to attach this piece that's all been put together to this, which is the lining. So we've got both sections of the zipper put together with the tops, like so. And this is what it should look like for the large. And we're going to grab that placement line. Okay, so this is the placement line right here. It does not state that, but that's what that is. We're now at that part where I get so many questions. So we have the placement line right here on the pattern piece. It does not state that this is a placement line, but it is. So we're going to pop this right here. And then we're going to push our completed zipper part to meet that placement line right there between those two circles, which it is. Okay, and we can now hold it in place and remove the pattern piece and pin it if we can find pins. Okay. So this gets pinned into place. We can only stitch one on at a time, so go ahead and choose whichever one of the two lining pieces you want to start with. Remember, I'm only doing one pocket, so I don't have a pocket here. But get this on that placement line like this with the zipper pull right side up like so. Okay? We're going to stitch real close to this folded edge, and we're going to do it twice. I have to change the foot on the sewing machine. Now we have to do the exact same thing to the other side. So here's this, and it will be resting like this on the inside of our bag. So now we take the other piece, and the best way to do this is to pretend like we're looking at the inside of our bag, right? So this would be the inside. So we have to take that placement line and line it up, and then just slide our zipper component up to that placement line like we did the last time. It does get a little fiddly. So if you want to pin the pattern down, that might help. Okay, now you can just walk that up. Make sure you're staying between those two circles. Alright, and now with your other hand, just hold it in place and then pin it. Just like that, and then we're going to stitch along that folded line, and then we're going to stitch across it again. This will come up through the zipper. I'm just trying something. I don't know if it's going to work. I feel like I need to zigzag over this. If I had my serger up, I would serge over it. So I'm going to give this a go. I feel like I can put one of my labels right there if I want to. Okay, so there's that. And then I have a lobster claw that just comes up through the top if I need it, like so. Not bad. And then here's my pocket right here on the inside. Okay, we'll have to keep this out of the way, so I'm going to see if I can get it to stay down in that pocket while I am stitching the side to the front and back. Now this gets stitched right sides together like so. So this one I feel like I had a spot up here where I slid. Yeah, it's right there. I need to restitch. Okay. So now that we've got this made and this made, what we do now is we are going to take this bag like so, and this piece of this bag like so, and just stuff it into the outer bag like so. unzip it so you can push with your hands. Get all down in the corners, make sure that the lining is perfectly matching up with the bag. And I found it was helpful to kind of shake it. Okay. And I'm going to clip the lining and the outer part together while I work on it, so I won't be thinking I've got it fixed when in fact it's kind of goofed up. Alright, so this is the way the top of the bag looks. I do need to make sure, yeah, that's correct. Okay. So, alright, this is where your zipper is, and of course I added this to mine, so if I need access to my keys or something, they're right there. Alright, but this is what you are looking at when you are looking at step number 26. This is the same thing as step number 26. So that's what it looks like in the line drawing where you're completely confused. And this is what it looks like when you've made the bag like this. Without this, because I added that and it's not part of the pattern, but there it is. Same thing. Just like that. Zipper. There's a front piece. There's a front piece. There's the side, and there's the top part of the bag. And we have not added the binding around the top yet, but we're about to do that. But this is how it looks so far. Not bad. And if you had a pocket on the front, that's that little pocket right there. Whoa. Okay, so the next step is to find a piece of binding and apply it to the top. I'm not real sure. So the binding is piece 8. And you will be turning in one long edge of your binding like so and pressing it, and then you're going to stitch the raw edge like so around the top. There. Oh. There we go. Right? Yes. Okay, so I have a remaining tail over here, and what I'm going to do is clip this. I want to wrap it over just a wee bit and then fold it as well back on itself. So now I need to pull my sewing machine here. This ring can either be on the outside of the bag, coming up through the opening on the side where the zipper is, or it can just be down in there, and it can live within the bag, whichever I prefer. What is caught? Oh, it's a thread. The bane of my existence. Oh boy, there we go. Okay. Alright, well, I think it turned out really cute. I absolutely love it. I don't know if I'll make this particular K-Wit bag again. I might. I've made it so many times now, I'm kind of looking for something a little different. And then there's just a massive amount of room on the inside of this bag. It's a cavern. I mean, I could put 2 or 3 dogs in there, carry them around. But it's perfect. I love it. I love the colors. I think they suit me very well. But I wanted to remind you that with this bag or any other bag, there's so many different options. You know, use your artwork. You can use a plastic vinyl pocket to display things. You can put charms. You can paint just about anything you want. You can do get your own, you know, different types of fabric paints. Paint up some, either just some plain old white fabric or color fabric the way you want it to look, and then design your bag that way.